Hi friends, welcome to the Wild Side. I'm Steve Hall. You've probably heard that Nashville is now the It City, and it certainly has some interesting and great things to offer. But there's one title Music City holds that a lot of people here are hoping will soon change. Nashville has been ranked in the top 10 for drowning deaths. It's a statistic so scary that federal money is being awarded to urban high schools with outdoor education classes. As Wildside guide Ezekiel Noel Hall tells us, some of the kids learning to use personal flotation devices already know just how personal it really is.
Toppling out of a kayak, fully prepared and wearing a life jacket, doesn't stop the boat from landing on top of you. Nor does it make it all that easy to crawl back in. But these East Nashville Magnet School students are learning a lesson about boating safety and how the odds are always against you if you don't take precautions.
I'm not saying to totally depend on a life jacket for your safety, but I am saying without it, the chances of that person going out to the water and coming back by themselves probably aren't going to happen.
It seems to be especially true for students who grow up in urban environments and are limited in their access to outdoor education.
We got a grant through the American Canoe Association, which was funded through the United States Coast Guard, basically to promote safe paddling skills in education in certain cities, urban and rural, that were highlighted that had a high death rate. So we have a lot of kids that aren't used to doing outdoor activities or have that much experience, so it's nice to work with some of the local kids. All right, yeah, we'll just tuck that tail back.
Since many of the students have never had an opportunity to learn how to swim, finding a life jacket that fits is an important part of the process, and they'll learn how it works before they ever even climb into a kayak.
In a pool, I'm being more, I can touch the ground, so I wasn't panicking, and I wasn't even wearing a life jacket, but in the lake, it's a lot. So I got kind of nervous, but it was actually pretty cool and fun.
The fear of water is the first thing they have to overcome. And we had a few folks that, they were a little hesitant about what would this life jacket do. And it's amazing. And it's really cool when you get somebody out there who's unsure about their swimming abilities, and you put them in a life jacket and you're monitoring them. But for the first time they go, oh wow, this is really cool.
The experience was great because I've never did something like this before, and it was something new to me going in the lake, so I really enjoyed that.
The enthusiasm plays right into the plans Coach Wayne Hines develops for his class. He's creating the curriculum, and he is obviously the perfect pick.
My father could not swim and had a massive fear of water, so he made sure that each of us as children learned how to swim at an early age. I did the same with my children to make sure that they could swim. And that is another goal that I have as the students that come through my class.
Coach Hines has brought this class to us, and it's a very beneficial class because some people, all they know now is technology. Day in and day out, they don't really get in touch with the outdoors. So this is actually a great thing. It helps us get good exercise, helps us do things that might not be in some people's comfort zones, and it helps us broaden our horizons because with that, it just makes sure that we're a more versatile person all in general.
The fun they're having translates to class credit, and word of what is happening out here quickly spreads throughout the school.
Last year I had 30 students, and now I have 180 that have signed up for the class, and I can only take 50.
We need this. We actually need more people out there being able to teach, reach one, teach one, and be able to tell somebody, hey, this is how you swim, or this is how this is how you don't drown.
The more young people we can get out on the water and educate them and teach them and help them become more comfortable on the water is very beneficial for all reasons, primarily safety.
A slow drift of kayaks and canoes make life jackets seem almost unnecessary. Pair that feeling with a little peer pressure, and it's easy to toss your personal flotation device aside. The problem is, there are often no second chances to make a good decision.
Sadly, my uncle passed away And he was in the middle of Percy Priest Lake, and he had done it for years and years without a life jacket. This time he fell asleep and he tipped over into the lake. And they found him by dragging the bottom of the lake, found his body. And that's why even more now than ever, I tell people, wear a life jacket. I don't care if you think you're the greatest swimmer in the world. I don't care if you're Michael Phelps in the water. Wear a life jacket.
It pushed me a little bit out of my comfort zone. I love to swim, but I just wasn't too fond of deep water because a lot of my family members are gone because of deep water.
Despite the seriousness of the circumstances, the class is also designed to use mathematical calculations, science, writing, and even offers occasional encounters with wildlife.
I told my mom that I wouldn't come back, so maybe she'll bring me back. It was really fun.
One of my main goals is to expose these students to as much as I possibly can and diversify that as much as I can. So we not only go from activities like today with canoeing, but also of conservation, being able to know that it's very important to take care of the outdoors that we actually have, so future generations can do the same. And being downtown in an urban area, I know that they're limited at their exposure.
But there are no limitations on ways to make outdoor education interesting.
I'm the type of person that doesn't really like to be told what to do, but if I know it's for the better of me, I'll do it.
There are no requirements that you have to do anything except try. And they sign off on that before the year ever starts. That takes a written statement home to the parents saying that they will actually try to do whatever we're doing. Not be good at it, not be an expert, just try.
Courses like this are extremely important so that people understand and better realize why the educational aspects are out there and how important it is for them to get on board with these kinds of programs. It's a great idea to take some swim lessons and learn how to swim. Go with a buddy. Always make sure that somebody knows where you are and when you're going to be returning from a trip on the water. If you have an opportunity to go out on the water with someone who is more experienced than you, I encourage you to do that.
Toppling out of a kayak on your own is a memorable experience, but being taught the advantages of never going out alone is a life-saving education.
The reason why we got the grant is not so good because people are losing lives because of water accidents and people not knowing how to swim and people not wearing life vests and people who know how to swim not being out there to help people that don't know how to swim.
But now they know. 2 are better than 1 when going out on the water. And who wouldn't want to wear a jacket that will save your life? At Percy Priest Lake, I'm Ezekiel Newell Hall on the wild side.
Seatbelts in cars, helmets for motorcycles, life jackets out on the water can save your life. It's been proven over and over again statistically. But the students at East Magnet High School say the fear of not looking cool is the primary reason kids their age don't use protective gear.